My name is Nicola Mooney. I am one of the advocacy workers with the Scottish Women's Rights Centre, and I am here today to tell you a little bit more about FollowItApp. This presentation will discuss a brief background of the app's creation, how the app works, the process of making a referral, the sign-on process and what that entails, and finally I will explain the data protection procedures involved surrounding the app and also the reports which the app can produce. The Scottish Women's Rights Centre is a collaborative project between Rape Crisis Scotland, Just Right Scotland and the University of Strathclyde Law Clinic. We provide free legal information, advice, representation and advocacy support to self-identifying women in Scotland affected by violence and abuse. For more information on the SWRC, please visit our website www.scottishwomensrightscentre.org.uk. I will now play you a short video where we hear from those involved in the development of FollowItApp.
At the beginning, I didn't think it was serious enough to go to the police. Someone just driving past your house, why would you think that's stalking? Nobody understood why I kept getting myself into such a state over it all. Because I was so scared of what he could do. There's no need for him to be in my street, to be parked outside my house. It's terrifying knowing that he can be at the other side of that door. Everyone used to say to me, you're safe in the house, you just lock the door and keep the windows closed. I never ever felt safe. Windows are easy broke and doors are easy kicked in.
Stalking is more common than most people would believe. We still need to raise awareness so that people understand what stalking means.
Stalking really is like intimate terrorism. Phone calls, texts, being followed, being watched, presence, just that unwanted, relentless contact.
No matter who you are, you could be a victim of stalking.
I was at breaking point and didn't want to be here anymore. It wasn't just myself that was affected, it was my son as well. And my son missed out on so much. I used to just shut myself away when I should have been there with him.
I work directly with women who have experienced stalking from their ex-partners. The impact on them is absolutely massive. It's really difficult for people to understand. People just think, no, she's maybe going over her head, and that's exactly what the perpetrator wants the women to think as well.
The perpetrator of stalking could be anyone. It's most likely to be your partner or ex-partner, but it could be anyone, an ex-colleague, a friend, or someone that you've associated with in the past.
It's not just about, the odd phone call that you don't want. It's relentless. It is emotionally very damaging. It's very abusive. It's a criminal offence because it does that to people.
The police need details, they need times, they need dates, and doing that in a consistent way is really difficult.
FollowItApp, it's a safe way of recording incidents. It's a very easy app to use.
In the app, the time and date's already there for you, and it's a lot quicker.
One really good feature is that it can record exactly where you were.
You don't need to fill in all the information there and then. You can just whiz through it and add some details and then fill the rest in when I got to a safe place. There's a bit where you can add a video or the photos and screenshots. Once you've added it onto there, you can delete them straight away from your phone and you don't have to worry about storing all the pictures on your phone. They're already secure. When the app didn't exist, I wrote things down. I would always get to that stage where I didn't want to write it down anymore. I would rip it all up and I would bin it. I didn't want it lying about my house. It was just a constant reminder of my stalker. I just wanted to forget about it all. Whereas in the app, I can just log things and I know that it's going to be stored somewhere safe.
This app helps victims of stalking gather the sort of information that the police need when we investigate reports of stalking. And I know that because Police Scotland's been involved in the development of the app throughout the process.
So when you record an incident that doesn't go straight to the police or anything like that, it's up to you whether you want to report it to the police. It's your information, so it's your choice whether you share that or not.
It gives you a bit of breathing space to help you get your head around what's been going on, to get the support that you require.
Just log it and build a log up. Sooner rather than later you can go and get something done about it.
People underestimate how serious stalking is as a crime, and I also think people underestimate how prevalent it is. Any way in which we can improve those cases are hugely welcomed by prosecutors across Scotland.
The victims that I know that are using that app say that it's really easy to use, it makes them feel a lot safer, that they're more in control, and that they would highly recommend it for anyone who's in a similar situation.
If you're being stalked, it doesn't matter how small you're being stalked, giving the app a go is one way of keeping your mind at ease because it's secure and safe at the end of the day.
FollowItApp is free to use. All you need is a smartphone, and what you do is contact Scottish Women's Rights Centre and they will get you signed up very quickly.
So as you heard from the video, FollowItApp has been developed by Rape Crisis Scotland and the Scottish Women's Rights Centre in partnership with Media Co-op. The app was developed through consultation with survivors of stalking and Rape Crisis Scotland, Women's Aid, Police Scotland and the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service. The app is designed to make it easier and safer for victims to record incidents of stalking and aims to enhance investigations by providing a clear, concise record of incidents. The crime of stalking is defined as a course of conduct or pattern of behaviour, 2 or more instances, that places another person in a state of fear or alarm. Anyone can be a victim of stalking. However, statistics show that women are more likely to experience stalking. Often, stalking is a form of gender-based violence. It can occur as part of domestic abuse, which is also a crime that is overwhelmingly, but not exclusively, carried out by men against women. The app is currently available to any woman living in Scotland who's 18 years old and above. FollowItApp records incidents of stalking to enable survivors to keep an accurate record. The app is designed to complement Scots law, but can be used regardless of whether or not the user chooses to report to the police. Incidents can be uploaded at the time if it is safe to do so, or at a later time if it is not. If women remember something they wish to add to an incident that they have already saved, they can do this. This will show as an addition to the original record when the incident log is accessed. The first 2 sections of the new incident log record the date, time, and location. These can be automatically uploaded or changed if, for example, the geolocation is switched off on the phone. These next 2 sections record the nature of the incident and allow the user to record a narrative description. The next section, which isn't shown in picture form here, is the category Who Was It and details about them. More than one stalker information can be added. This can then auto-populate for future incident records so that the user does not need to enter it each time. It is important to record the way a survivor feels following the incident in order to demonstrate the impact of the stalking. Following this category, which is also not pictured here, is the section for users to record if there were any witnesses to the incident and also what they think the witness may have seen or heard. Users can also input any information regarding what they did after the incident if they wish to. The final section allows the user to upload any photos, videos, or screenshots. And finally, the app then displays an incident summary before it is saved. Users do not have to complete every section. They can input as much or as little information as they wish. In terms of making a referral to FollowItApp, women can self-refer simply by completing the download form themselves, which can be found on the FollowItApp website. Women can also be referred by another support agency. The request to download form can be completed by their support worker or by themselves alongside their support worker. We will then contact the survivor and complete the sign-on process. The sign-on process is as follows. The survivor would learn about the FollowIt app, complete the online forum. We would then make contact with the survivor. The survivor provides some personal details for sign-on, receives the link to download the app, downloads the app, consents to terms and conditions, creates a PIN code, and they can then begin using the app. During the sign-up process, this can be an opportunity to link survivors into advocacy, legal, or support. The Scottish Women's Rights Centre can provide reports if requested by users or the police with the user's permission. The report is a single document of all the incident logs which have been completed. In order to do this, we require 2 forms of identification. The time frame for this is 5 working days. However, we aim to do this as quickly as possible. Users of FollowItApp are able to sign up to differing levels of consents in terms of their data. They can consent for their anonymised information to be used for research to improve our knowledge and understanding of stalking. They can also opt out of this and still have access to the FollowIt app. The privacy agreement makes clear that users can change the level of consent at any time while using the app. The app has a covert name when downloaded for security purposes, and this is explained to users during the sign-on process. There is PIN code protection, and the data is stored on a secure server, not on users' mobile phones. Alongside the technical team behind FollowItApp, we regularly update the support features and also the safety features to ensure the highest level of security. Please see some information of relevant support agencies. And if you have any questions regarding FollowItApp, please email info@scottishwomensrightscentre.org.uk.